Here we are with David White, the brewmaster at Hillcrest Brewing Company, otherwise known as HBC. David,
Yes.
interesting background. A lot of brewers have interesting backgrounds, but you're probably a little bit different than most. Can you explain what you used to do and how you got into brewing?
I used to train tigers for a living. I ran away and joined the circus when I was 18. So I worked for Circus Vargas for a little while. I worked for many animal rental companies that rent animals for film and for television. So I worked on several films like Dr. Dolittle, I worked on Jack Frost. Computer-generated imagery sort of started to creep in more and more, so there's less and less live animals in films these days. So I found myself moving to Las Vegas. I worked for some magicians out there. I did the lion habitat, MGM lion habitat. I did that for a couple of years. And then in 2008, when the whole sort of crash happened, if you will, casinos quit paying for anything that was expensive, so they cut all the heavy quid stuff. So that meant cutting magicians. So I lost my gig there too. So I moved back to San Diego, where I grew up, and decided I'd start a brewing.
Nice.
Or start brewing.
Nice. One of the beers that you have on tap at HBC is Lucy, which is an interesting beer. It's quite a delicious beer, but again, one with an interesting background. Can you tell us a little bit about the Lucy Ale?
Well, in the process of being a trainer I was a trainer for over 20 years. During that time, I ended up with a raccoon. She was about 6 days old when I got her. Her name was Lucy, after Lucy Ball, of course. She lived to be a little over 14 years old. She passed away of cancer about 3 years ago. Before she passed away, there are a lot of different grains that go into the making of a beer. As many already know. There are different things, different colors, different textures, different aromas, things like that. So I took all of the different specialty grains I could get my hands on, and I put it into a labeled ice cube tray. And I gave it to Lucy. And whichever grain she ate, that was going to be the grain for the beer. And it turns out she actually picked out a very consistent few over the course of about a week and a half. So that's her beer. We call it an American brown. Lucy's an American animal, and the beer is kind of brown, but truthfully, I don't know what it is.
It's a delicious beer nonetheless.
But it's very good, yes, it is very close to an American brown.
Nice. So HBC is obviously in the middle of Hillcrest, which is a wonderful spot to have a brewery. Can you explain where Hillcrest is in relation to San Diego?
Well, Hillcrest is sort of known as the LGBT-friendly area of San Diego. It's the gay neighborhood, if you will. There's obviously a lot of businesses here that support LGBT causes and things like that. When I first moved to San Diego to start a brewery, I was very excited, being a gay man. I came back down to Hillcrest, yay, my own stomping grounds, and there's no beer here. There wasn't. So it became my mission then to start a gay brewery, an LGBT brewery, specifically for the purpose of gay people making beer for people. We let straight people drink it too, at this way. Hetero-friendly, I guess we call it.
Nice. And have you found that the community's really got behind you? And
surprisingly, yeah, there was a little bit of concern that whether or not beer was going to be a very popular beverage, but it turned out to just take off. I mean, well, craft breweries are taking off in San Diego anyway. But yeah, the community really did get behind us and was very supportive. There were 3 other restaurants involved as well. Urban Moe's, Gossip Grill, and Baja Betty's are all part of the same family of restaurants as HBC. And the senior partners there are very, very concerned about giving back to the community. So, like for instance, the flag out there, they were very instrumental in getting the flag.
So, can't help but notice you're actually rocking an awesome bow tie there today, Space Invaders. Can you tell us a little bit about the bow ties?
Where does one start? When we initially opened the brewery, or brew pub, we had planned on brewing during opening hours and basically turning the brewing process into a bit of a show, if you will. So, like the original concept was, I had a lab coat and a bunch of civic goggles and the bow tie, and sort of did this the mad scientist approach, if you will. One thing at a time, they just sort of walked away. I mean, the goggles got a little hard to have all the time. The lab coat was very warm, but the bow tie stayed. And what's funny is I can't walk in Hillcrest now, either with or without it, without somebody asking about it. Do you know what I mean? If I don't have it, they ask me where it is. If I do have it, they want to know which one it is this time. Who gave me this one? We have guests here that give me bow ties now. One of them actually makes them by hand.
Wow.
Scratch. So it's sort of just become a marker, if you will.
Very nice, very nice. Fantastic. Well, David White from Hillcrest Brewing Company, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.